Hey guys, welcome back to Giving Unbothered, the podcast.
We've got sad news.
Don't say it like that. Jesus, I just wanted to say we have some news. Why do you have to make it sound so sad?
It's the end of an era.
Lance, you're ruining the moment. No, we're not quitting the podcast,
We're not
first
quitting
of
the
all.
podcast.
I thought you were going to continue.
You made it out like I was making it depressing.
I mean, it was
It
quite
is depressing.
It is depressing.
We are taking a 2-month break. It was originally going to be 1 month, to be fair.
Yeah, but then we started the podcast last year in September, so it's been like a year of us filming weekly. We started the podcast not really knowing what we were doing, to be honest.
We kind of just wung it. We didn't think that we would even really be doing it for this long. It started off just like we just wanted to yap and we found ourselves funny. And then I feel like it carried on. And now this is our 45th episode. And we've not had a break. And like most podcasts have seasons with like 10, 15 episodes. We've done 4 seasons worth without a break.
Yeah, we've done a lot. And I feel like the both of us, we just felt like we need a little break because we love the podcast. And we also really love the community we've built so far. So I do want to say thank you to everyone. We're very grateful for that. So thanks for everyone who's been like engaging with us, either through our socials or through the podcast channels. But we don't earn money from the podcast, and we do everything ourselves. Like we film, we edit, and it takes up a lot of time. So it was just getting quite overwhelming.
Takes up a lot of time.
Yeah, the last few weeks, I think like because our personal lives are getting really busy with work and personal things as well, it's becoming quite hectic. So we just were like, you know what, we're just gonna take 2 months break. And then we'll be back in October.
But we're still keeping up to date with like our socials. Like we're still going to be here, and just harassing our TikTok page.
Yeah, we'll still be very, very active on social. So obviously, feel free to continue engaging with us on our socials. If you don't follow us yet, links are in the description. Follow us there. But yeah, we have one. I don't want to say final fun episode because
episode of the year-long first season. And we come back with a bang. Well, to finish this season, we did do this episode nearly a year ago.
At the start, yeah, it was one of our first few episodes.
At the start, and I feel like our way of filming then was completely different. It's been a year of growth.
And we're planning on growing even more next season.
We are. So we was going to do green flags and red flags, but we decided to ditch the green flags and just do red flags.
Because who likes talking about green flags?
Who likes talking about the healthy stuff?
Not me.
It literally says a lot about our past, doesn't it?
It does.
Red flags, red flags, red flags. But we're going to be talking about red flags that we also find hot and acceptable.
I mean, acceptable is questionable.
I think
Mine aren't acceptable.
I'm curious as to what yours is going to be.
You know me, I'm going to be like the soft one. I feel like yours will be more interesting.
No, I feel like mine's quite basic, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, we're going to get to it. But we'll start off with red flags we personally think you should avoid.
Yeah, run away from them.
Yes.
I'm starting. This is a really big one, and I think it's a very big one in the lesbian community because it's so common. People... it pisses me off. People with no boundaries with their exes or like purposely like kind of jeopardize your feelings to save their ex's feelings.
Ooh, yeah, no.
You know?
Why
like,
would you?
What do you know? Because I've had it before when someone's been like, I can't post you on my story, or like you can't comment this because like I still have my ex on socials. Like we're fine, but like it will really upset them. Okay, well, how about you consider your future wife's feelings?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Instead of your ex who's clearly an ex for a reason. I think that is just wild.
Yeah, because then I'm also like, are you over your ex?
Yeah, like, it's one thing, like, I know it's not nice upsetting people. And, like, I've also recently been in a situation where I've, like, not wanted to upset someone, but I've not hid anything from them.
Yeah.
Whereas when people, like, don't want their exes to know or, like, want to hide the relationship from them, I'm like... That is not just a red flag. To me, that's like, there's something sus going on here.
Yeah. For sure.
For sure.
For sure. Run.
Run. Peg it.
Run.
Yeah. You'll go.
That was a good, strong first one.
Thank you. It's what I feel very passionately about.
Yeah. It's something we've spoken about a lot recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's hard to find someone that isn't connected to their exes still.
I think that's like always been, or like to have like no mutuals with someone.
I feel like that's one of the reasons why I just look abroad. But
still doesn't
I know,
always work.
But it's slightly better.
It's slightly better because like the chance of them like fucking someone that like fucking your ex or something is very minimal.
No, exactly. Well, mine doesn't connect to that, but I feel like it's something you strongly feel about as well. Mm-hmm. When they are not ready for commitment, but they do expect girlfriend treatment.
That one eats my soul up because I think it's so common.
Yeah.
So common. And I feel like, but they'll gaslight you into thinking that like you can't be upset by it, or like you have to give them that treatment, but they don't have to give you that treatment.
Oh, that is horrible. But that's the thing, like, because they can't commit.
But I think the whole thing with like not wanting commitment or boundaries, it's one, they just don't like you enough, or two, they're like wanting some wiggle room that if they did meet someone on a night out, or if they did want to like sleep with someone else, they have that to stand on, because it's like we aren't together. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you're exclusive, I know it's not cheating, but you've done something wrong and that's enough for you to stop talking to someone. Whereas if you've got no labels, they're just like, okay, I get it, but like we've not had that discussion, or like we're not together.
Yeah, that's true. But that's why I think it's important to have that discussion quite early-ish, because then also, I mean, I've been in that position before. If you decide to stay knowing they don't want commitment, that's on you as well.
I've done that before.
Yeah, I feel like everyone does. When you're like caught up in the feels and like in the delusions of, oh my god, but maybe I can change their minds.
But also that just leads so much, because like I've been in the opposite situation where like I've spoken to someone, like, and it's not that I didn't want a relationship, I just didn't want a relationship with them, you know, because like they didn't match my values, they didn't match like what I wanted from someone, but like they would actively try to change my mind on them, and like it didn't lead me to think like, oh, she really likes me. It leads me to think like, you have no respect for yourself.
But
like I'm literally saying I don't want you, and you're like, no, like have me.
But then I also try to think of like, you know, when you're like getting to know someone, when you're like, because some people, I don't know if this is gonna sound toxic, I feel like you want to take the stage where I am at now in life, I want to take the time to get to know someone.
Yeah.
Truly, right? And I feel like I haven't really been in a situation yet where someone, I mean, I've always been the one asking for commitment, I feel like, whereas the other person just never
you've got a type.
Thanks for attacking me.
You're welcome.
But what I wanted to say is like, I don't know if this is going to make any sense. If you are trying to take your time getting to know someone, but they want commitment too soon, whereas like, it doesn't mean you're not interested in them, but it's just like, I just want to get to know you better first before I fully commit.
Yeah, I think it depends on the connection you have, but I think when like you've not got any kind of foundation and they want to like be quite settled with you, and like in that I'm like, now I feel like you're just too desperate for it, then it makes you kind of feel like I feel like if I feel that someone isn't picky, I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to be with you, because I don't think you actually like me or want to be with me for me. You just want to be with someone.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, well, I want someone to be with me because they're like, oh my god, this person is this and she's that, and she's like, I've been wanting someone like that. Whereas like that's why I kind of like it when someone isn't looking for a relationship when you get together, because it's like you didn't actually want or like need to be with me. You did it because you wanted it to.
Yeah, true.
Whereas when people are so desperate for like love, they'll just be like, yep, you'll do. I'm not talking about you, baby.
I was like,
you're picky.
I am very picky.
You still managed to pick the wrong ones. I don't know how you do it.
I'm so picky and I still pick the wrong ones.
Yeah, but you do have like quite a specific like taste in people.
Yeah.
Emotionally unavailable.
Moving on. I'm not gonna add anything to that because it's facts, sadly.
But you've got a good taste in people though. They're hot.
See?
They're hot, just a bit shitty. But it's better than like gross and shitty. So. Could be worse. Yoko doesn't know to laugh or cry.
I'm like waiting for Ilana just to move on, and she decides to continue talking about it.
I thought that kind of like helped you.
No, it does. It
They're
does.
hot.
Yeah, exactly. At least they're hot.
Okay, this one has actually affected me and you in the past.
Oh, personal attacks.
But yeah, and I think that this is also very big in the community, especially with like lesbians, when your partner or the person you're speaking to has like jealousy over like your best friend. Do you know when it's like you spend too much time with them, or like I think they like you?
Oh, yeah.
Like things like that, because like we've got that before with my ex.
Yeah.
And like, and they've been like, with both my exes actually, because when she was never like jealous about us spending time together, but obviously like I get it, like she knew that Yelka also liked women, and like we met and got close mid my relationship with my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, it's different when you get into a relationship.
Yeah, whereas like when you're like, you've now been in my life for so long that then like people that was after you and my relationship now, you've been here.
Yeah.
So I feel like that to me is like an even bigger red flag, because I'm like, you are now causing issues with the one person that is like I hold so dearly.
Yeah.
Whereas like if I met you halfway into my relationship and suddenly I got really, really close with this like gay girl, I don't think it's odd that people would be like,
what's going on? Yeah.
What's going on with that?
That makes sense. But like right now you have no leg to stand on. But it's annoying because like I even have that as well whenever I speak to someone. Like see, it's annoying because like I bring you up all the fucking time.
Yeah, same.
But then if I were the other person and they would bring up their best friend the way I do all the time, I would also be like,
no, for sure.
Yeah, like,
no, me too.
It's so annoying because like I know, you know, we know there's literally nothing. But then if I look at myself, I'm like, that is quite...
It's like because obviously we know our relationship and how we just like, you're my family.
Yeah.
And like I'll call you and like talk to you as much as I talk to like my mum. I mean, I talk to you more than I talk to my mum. But like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're literally just my family. Like, you're just someone, like, if something comes up in my life, I'm like, oh, I'll call Yelka. Whereas like, I feel like a lot of people like don't have that vibe. And I think I forget that. I'm like, to me, this is so normal.
Yeah.
But like, I know not a lot of people have the closeness that we have. And when I say closeness, I don't mean we scissor on a Saturday night.
No,
I
please.
just mean like emotional, mental, spiritual closeness.
Third eye.
Not physical closeness. We do spoon.
We do spoon.
We do spoon.
No, but yeah, I know what you mean. It's a fine line because it's really difficult. Like, I can imagine for anyone coming in, like, I mean, you are with someone now.
And I've had conversations with them about that.
Like, I can imagine it's difficult coming into our dynamic as best friends.
Yeah, we're quite a lot.
We're a package deal.
No, we quite literally are. You buy one, get one free.
We've always said this.
It literally is.
Okay, this is something I'm trying to think if I have experienced this. Mm-hmm. When someone is over promising on things but not acting up towards it. You know, when they like promise you the world but then literally don't even give you the bare minimum of whatever they're promising to you.
Yeah, it's like, where's all these?
Yeah.
Or like the if but maybes. Do you know when it's like, oh, I was gonna do this for you, but oh, I did think about that, but and I'm like, why are you fucking telling me then? And I hate when people do it with things that they know that you would love. So I'm sitting there and I'm like...
It's because they're holding you on a threat. You know, they're like, I can still keep because then it's
like, oh, like they at least they thought of me. I could think of like, I would love to do a million and trillion things for people that I love. But like, I know that it's not always like possible. But like, you don't say things to someone and expect that to be enough. You can say that to anyone. That's why people get led on.
You know what that sounds like to me? Emotional manipulation.
It really
is because it's like they know how to keep you around by saying the right things.
Yeah.
And that's playing with your feelings and your heart. And we don't allow that.
And then they get pissed off when someone else comes along that does actually do those things for you. One thing, and I like me and you have spoken about this before, but it's always the really small things that I think you like appreciate and pick up on in like a relationship.
Yeah.
So like, I was dating someone and I went to where they live and they booked dinner. So I was in a hotel and they booked a dinner that was like right next to their house, and I had to Uber like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
In a city that I've never been in before. And I was like, well, I remember when she sent me the restaurant, me and Yelka was both like,
that's far.
Oh, like, I flew to see you.
Yeah.
And, like, you're choosing a dinner right next to your house. And then when my current girlfriend flew to see me, she was like, oh, by the way, like, I've booked a hotel, like, 5-minute walk away from Yelka, so if you forget anything or, like, you need to film, like, you can go straight there. And I was just like, it's small considerations, and when people actually do things thinking about you, that you're like, oh my God, there are people that actually does stuff and, like, doesn't just, like, think about saying it and then not actually do it.
No, definitely. I think, like, it's always a thing, isn't it? Like, actions over words. Like, actions speak way louder than any word ever will.
Yeah, people can say whatever. There's no meaning behind.
No.
I say that, but if you don't tell me you love me, like, 10 times a day, then I'll be furious.
I mean, yeah, but, like, that still needs to go hand in hand with, like, showing up.
Me you love me.
Yeah, showing up the right ways.
I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, meh, meh, meh. Shoot me. I have spoken about my hatred for, like, celebrity crushes before.
Yes.
I've spoken about it. I know that people have them. Like, I love Tate McRae.
No shit.
I get it. But do you know when people take it too far? And it's just, like, one thing that I do think is a red flag, and so many couples have them, so, like, this might just be a really niche one. Celebrity hall passes.
Yeah, but I feel like people do it because they're like, what are the chances of, like, you ever actually being in the room with them?
But then, like, this is more like, yeah, but that's not because you wouldn't choose to be. That's just because, like, what's the chance of them liking you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's the same thing as I said to Yelka when we was walking on the street the other day. I was like, people weren't almost... Say if I could sing... Say if I was, like, fucking Beyonce. Say if I could sing...
Bitch, you are.
Yeah, I am. Say if I could sing so well and I ended up being so famous. If I walked along the street as I am now and a girl said to their girlfriend as they walked past, like, yeah, I'd fuck her if we weren't together, that wouldn't be acceptable. Like, that would not... I would break up with my girlfriend if she said that.
Yeah.
But then if I'm a famous person and I walk past, suddenly that's okay. Just because I can sing.
It's kind of like dehumanizing, isn't it?
It's just because, like, I think as soon as you put someone on TV or they've got a talent or... So, like, say if me and Yelka became viral sensations overnight.
When?
Fine. When we become viral worldwide sensations overnight, suddenly it's okay for girls to be like, you know what? Yeah, like, if we went together, I'd fuck them.
Yeah.
I can't comprehend in my head. I don't know if that's just because, like, when I'm with someone, like, I just am so, like, you are just my favourite person ever. But it really bugs me. Like, it really gets on my tits.
I can tell.
I've never met anyone that feels the same way as I do.
I understand it.
You get me?
No, I do. I get you.
I don't like it. So that was a bit of a niche red flag, but that's a personal red flag.
I think it's a good red flag.
It's a red flag that I have to ignore, though. Because, like, no one else really feels the way I do. Yeah. So it's like, what can you do?
Suck it up.
Suck it up.
Okay, I have, like, 2 points that actually kind of go hand in hand, so I'm just gonna explain them together. One is being hot and cold during communication, and the other one is disappearing during conflicts.
Yeah.
So it just comes down to, like, communication. I think both of them are a big part of the foundation in your relationship, or, like, in whatever you have together, the connection. And if either one of them is not there, to me, that's like, this can't work.
I feel like it kind of goes with when people, like, victimize themselves in conflict. Like, that you're, like, run away or, like, avoid the conversation because you think that you're such a victim in that argument.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would never disappear, but, like, I've been guilty in past relationships, like, earlier on, that, like, during conflict, I would really struggle to see their side because I was so caught up on, like, what I was right about.
Like, proving your point.
Yeah, but, like, both of you can be right about different things.
Because also, like, you see whatever is happening, whatever you have a conflict about, you see it differently. Because you see it through, like, your experience.
There are two truths.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, you see it through, like, your own experience and your own vision of, like, however you experience that. So, like, obviously, each person will have a different mindset about it. But I think, like, with communication, you don't always have to agree on things.
No.
but you just have to be open and honest and be able to see each other's point of view, even if you disagree on it. Wow, that came out. Disagree. If you disagree.
The respect for each other needs to come over the argument.
Exactly. I think that should always be like the priority in your relationship, having respect for each other, and that should show up in any kind of conflict conversation, whatever you're going through as a couple. That should come to the top.
You can really see how couples genuinely feel about each other during a conflict, because like I've felt like my partner, like my exes, have hated me during arguments that weren't even that serious. I felt that like they would literally want to like punch me in the face. And like, you should never feel like that in an argument. You should still feel love. You should still feel respect. You can feel like, I think when you're in an argument, it's okay to dislike them at that point in time. But you still should love them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if it's an argument, obviously, we're not talking about cheating. We're not talking about, like relationship threatening, about, like silly little arguments. It should never be a thing that it takes away your love for each other. Because I think, like, if a silly argument literally makes you hate them to the core, I think you got way bigger issues then in your relationship.
Yeah, I don't... Something that one of my previous things that used to say to me during arguments was, like, there's a fine line between love and hate.
That...
And I was like... Okay.
So, like, what? Am I waiting for you to hate me now?
Yeah, like, are you tiptoeing on the border? And I just think, like, no.
But also, like, if someone says that to you, I feel like then you're walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
Because then you feel like you can't be openly honest.
No, because it's just like, oh, is this going to tip me over into like the hate section? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like how people deal with conflict, like, is such a deal breaker. Like, you can be the most perfect person day to day, but if you don't handle conflict well, that's never, like, that's such an ick for me.
Yeah.
Grow up. Like, I don't get why it's so hard to deal with conflict. Like,
I mean, I think it does, like, gosh, guys, I'm gonna get into, like, serious talk.
God, trauma.
Okay, we need, like, an intro sound to whenever I get into, like, serious talk about something.
We need, like, do you know when it's, like, the news sound?
Yeah.
That's what we need.
I do think when it comes to conflict, I personally hate conflict. I struggle myself communicating during conflict as well, because of, like, childhood stuff. It depends on, like, how you're being brought up, how you're being taught to communicate in conflict, how you've seen your parents communicate in conflict. Like, so much of that is tied to that. And I feel like, obviously, like, running away and all of those things, like, it's never healthy. It's healthy to say I need space and ask for that, but communicate that as well. So I think it always comes down to, like, communicating what you feel you need in that moment. But I do want to say, like, sometimes you do, as much as it's like a red flag, because I don't fully disappear, like, ghost someone in a conflict.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I also think, like, sometimes maybe you can sit together and be like, hey, like, when we have any conflicts, like, this is what I need. Can we meet in the middle?
Yeah,
like,
that's it. It's not, I don't think dealing with conflict means you're both sorting it out right there, right then, because that's not how people handle things or deal with things. Sometimes I need a few minutes, an hour, just to, like, process my thoughts. But I think that like, I've had things with exes in the past, like, I've been shot down whenever I've tried to bring something up, and it's kind of made me, like, wary to bring things up. So, like, I get how past experiences and, like, upbringings can definitely, because I mean, that's what how attachment styles are formed, is literally through, like, childhood traumas or
and
how
past relationships. Yeah.
But I don't think that's an excuse to not take accountability, especially when you're a grown adult. I think you can have your struggles with communicating, totally fine. And if you've not fully got past that yet, also totally fine. But I think you need to sit there and be like, look, this is something I struggle with. I need you to do X, Y, Z.
Yeah, no, definitely. Communication. We preached this in, like, so many episodes recently.
We do. We just, like, communicate. Because it's the key.
Is a key.
This is a big red flag for me, and I think some people probably like this because it actually kind of does link with one of my hot red flags, but this is just a step too far. When people, like, girls call you, like, baby and stuff like that, like, 2 days into talking. Ew, have you called someone baby?
No, Jesus. When have you ever heard me call anyone in my life baby?
I don't know if you might text, I don't know. Yeah, I just think it's weird. Like, I just think it kind of gives like, oh, how many girls are you calling baby right now? Do you know, like, morning baby, how was your day? Go away! Why are you talking to me like that? I don't know, it weirds me out. I feel like it gives me just like, do you know, like 2016 fuckboy era?
Oh my god.
That's what it gives me. I can imagine like Justin Bieber when he was like 15 messaging girls like that.
It reminds me of like J. Alvarez.
Who?
Oh, yeah, that has been anyone who's listening who's been around in that time of life. I feel like you probably were just
Popping out the uterus.
no, not that young, but just not there. I'll show you later. But it gives me kind of like similar, like he was a fuckboy basically. Okay. And yeah, gives me that energy.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
No, but I get it. Yeah.
Thank you for validating.
Always. Well, my last point. I don't know how you're gonna feel about this, Lance, because I know your background, so this is not an attack on you.
It's gonna be ex hopping.
Not ex, but like relationship jumpers.
Valid. It is a red flag.
So I think like if you get out of a relationship and you don't, you know, like it can happen occasionally. You never know when you're gonna meet the next, like the love of your life. You know, like it can happen. But if every single time if you meet someone and they literally have gone from relationship to relationship to relationship without taking a break to be by themselves, you just know they're not happy by themselves.
There's no healing.
There's no healing. And I personally, I feel like I am such an independent person, and I know how to be by myself, and I look for that in someone else as well. I don't need someone who needs me to be happy. You know, like we've spoken about that before.
It should be a want, not a need.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure. And like speaking from experience of Yelka's own red flag, when I was like going back and forth with exes, I was filling a hole. I needed validation, I needed attention, I needed someone else. And like I didn't want to feel the absence of someone that I loved. Yeah. So I was just like, well, because like I was kind of in love with them both at once.
Yeah, I mean, the timeline was very...
Yeah, the timeline kind of gives me whiplash. And like the past, like last year was like my first year in a very, very long time, in like 5 years that I was by myself. And like I've never experienced a feeling like that because there's always been someone else with me the whole time.
But doesn't that feel great though? Because I feel like also when you build yourself up in that way of like when you finally take the time to sit by yourself, that, okay, this is gonna sound sad, but like you know that if you were to ever break up or be by yourself again, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, you had your life like established.
Yeah, like you know what your life looks like.
Yeah, but that's why I think that I'm such a better partner now as well.
Oh, definitely. It makes you so much of a better partner.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm now so healthy. Not obviously I'm fully healthy of everything. Like I can still fuck up, but like I think I'm now such a healthy person to be with. Whereas like a couple of years ago,
yeah,
it would like no,
because you had no sense of yourself.
No, it's a good one. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, now that we've had the red flags that you should run away from,
let's get to the sexy ones.
Oof, I'm so intrigued by the ones you have, so you go first.
I only have 2 because okay, I don't find red flags sexy.
No, me too. So I was really struggling coming up with some.
But you're gonna know this. It's not very interesting. You're gonna know it. To a certain level, okay, guys. Let's just cap it. To a certain degree, it's sexy. I fucking I eat that shit up. Jealousy, territorialness. Oh my god. I love it. I fucking love it. Obviously, not to the point you're telling me what to wear or like.
Oh no.
But at the same time, if I'm wearing, I don't have the most womanly body for one, so I don't think anyone would really care because they'd be like, oh, not much is on show. But if I was wearing quite like a risque outfit, you know,
risque.
Not just like baggy jeans and a t-shirt. Like I had some.
I've never seen you in a risque outfit.
No, I'm not really a risque kind of gal. But it's like if I
when
was.
Did that happen?
Or like I've got a top that I wore once when I went out, and it was like a fully laced top, and like my nipple bars were basically like out of the lace. Like was it coming out? Like you could see everything, like everything. And I sent it to. And I was like, would you care if I wore this now? And she was like, you can wear whatever you want. I was like, okay, strip back the like what you should say. I was like, would you be, because I would be bothered. Like, if, I would never ever tell my partner what they can or can't wear, but do I want everyone seeing my girlfriend's tits? No, I just want to be able to see them.
Okay.
I don't think that's weird. I think a lot of people would feel that way.
Yeah.
Like, if my mum went out wearing... This is also a thing that I think about. I would never, ever, and I would never tolerate anyone telling me what I can or can't wear. Mm-hmm. I fully understand if someone feels a certain way about it, and I would always respect the person I'm with, but I do think a certain amount of time, like, there are some boundaries that I think should or shouldn't be acceptable. But I think because we're young, I don't think we put much weight on it. But, like, if my mum, she's hot. She's got a good body. Like, she's young. Like, she could get away with being way younger than what she is.
Oh, yeah.
If she went out wearing, like, a lace top, nipple bars poking out, nipples on show, would I think my dad would be crazy for being like, Claire, girl,
let's
get your ass back inside? I wouldn't think that's crazy. I think that's, like, why do you want everyone to see your boob? Because, like, you're clear. There's nothing that looks nice about that top. You like it because your boobs are out. And I'm not talking cleavage. I'm talking whole boob. I'll show you the picture after. But it was whole boob.
Yeah, I'm quite confused now.
It was whole boobage. Yeah. But, like, I like it when someone shows some jealousy or just, like, you can wear it, like, fine. But, like, I don't like the thought of other people looking at you.
Yeah.
Like that.
Because it's like the feeling of, like...
You feel, like, desired.
Yeah, like, wanted.
Yeah, like, when people just don't care, I'm like, oh, so you don't care if other people, like, look at me like that?
Some people go off on that.
And I get that too.
Because then they're like, but in the end, she's in my bed.
Yeah, like, and I fully get that concept, but I feel like a bit of both is, like, a healthy balance.
Find the right balance, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like it when it's, like, you're mine.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I don't really know if this is specifically, like, a red flag. I feel like to some people it might be a red flag. I feel like it could be to me, potentially, but I do think it's really hot. When someone is, like, so mysterious. You know, when, like, they don't really talk about, like, it's really hard to get to know them. Like, actually get to know them. When they keep everything in, like, mystery.
It kind of gives me, like, Tasha from L Word.
Yeah, but even more. Like,
I don't like
even
that.
Being more mysterious. I don't know. I just think, like, quite like the mystery.
I do think that
but I also like the openness.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that can be, like, hot, but I couldn't fuck with that.
No, I'm not going to fuck with that. We're not talking about what we're fucking with. I'm just saying.
Yeah, when someone is like, who is that? Like, who knows anything? And, like, everyone's like,
yeah, like,
I know nothing about that person. I was thinking about this earlier when I was walking, like, through London with my suitcase, and I was like, I wish I could be the kind... I don't know why that was relevant, where I was when I had the thought. I was walking through Oxford Circus with my suitcase, and I was like, I would love to be the kind of person that's just like, when you meet someone, you're just like, you've just got the aura. And it's not you being rude or, like, shy. It's just like, oh, yeah, she just doesn't really talk about much. I don't know, but I could not. I get nervous and I start talking out my ass.
I mean, we fucked ourselves now anyway with the podcast.
There's no mystery to us whatsoever. Yeah. Do you know what I do really like actually in someone is when, like, to other people or in, like, public, they're very just, like, not, like, quiet, but just, like, don't really show interest in people. Like, obviously I want someone that's always nice and polite to people. Don't be mistaken, if you're a cunt then I'm not interested, but someone that's just, like, they're not overly friendly to people, they're just very thingy, but then, like, to you or, like, in private or, like, one-on-one with people, they're really talkative and you're like, oh yeah, you've actually got, like, a lot to you. Yeah, you know, that's someone who just doesn't give away a lot to, like, people for the sake of it.
Yeah,
I wish I was more like that.
Yeah, well, too late babe.
Too late babe.
That's
funny. I've said this before and I don't like it, but to a certain level I think it can be like, a love bomb. No! Hear me out.
I'm not gonna hear you out.
Yeah, no. I don't really know where I was going with that, to be honest. But just so... I know, but I feel like, no, you're also partial to a love bomb. And I don't mean...
Okay, you know what, actually, as much as I hate a love bomb, let me get my list. I did put something in my list that could be quite love bomby.
Okay, go. It's going to be a love bomb, isn't it?
Yeah, when they say, I've never felt this way about someone in 3 days.
That was one of mine as well, when it's like, I've never met anyone like you before.
Oh, I know. It's love bombing.
Like,
okay,
babe, you don't know me, for one.
I know. It's like, how do you feel about me when you don't know me? Well, now that we've spoken about, well, red flags mostly, we actually, right before we started filming, we got in a DM on Instagram from a girl asking us a question. It's a really long DM, so we're gonna not read it fully out.
No.
Also, with my English, that's gonna take me like a really long time. But, long story short, she was asking us how to get over your first initial big crush on a woman.
I think it's just such a canon event, isn't it? And I feel like we've spoken about this so many times. It's because I feel like the first girl that you're speaking to can be literally no one special. Like, you don't even need to, like, when I look back at, like, the first person, like, I was interested in, like, I didn't come out for this person because we weren't anything, but because she was the first person that I was going to take on a date, I kind of had to bring it up to people, or like my parents, because I lived with my parents when that was happening, and like I was so caught up on this person. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna marry this person. Like, you get so like caught up in it because it's so exciting, it's so new. It's fuck are you laughing at?
Nothing, continue.
Fuck are you laughing at? But then when I look back, I'm like, they weren't funny, they weren't at all on like my wavelength. Like they weren't, and like, I look back at them now and I'm like, I don't even find you like attractive in that way. Like, I'm not attracted to you. But I think it's because it's the first person, like, I kind of, there was a mutual interest, or showed interest in me, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna open my world to gayness.
To gayness.
And I think it's so hard to get past it, but I think like you're gonna feel like you can't get past it. Babe, they're not that special.
Yeah, I feel like, first of all, thank you for coming to us for advice.
Worst people to come for advice.
I may or may not still be dealing with that myself. I'm the worst person when it comes to like, something I can relate to, like, to something she said in the message, was that she doesn't get connections quite quickly. You know, like, she did say she doesn't have that as quickly with just like anyone, and I can so relate to that, and that's something I've struggled with, or still am. I think it's just so hard because, like, the advice I'm gonna give you is actually something Alana told to me, and it's like being stuck on like the what ifs.
Yeah.
Like, realizing that everything you have made up in your mind is connected to like the what ifs. It's like creating this image of someone that they're not in real life.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away that you can still have a crush. And you know what? I'm just going to say something really toxic. And Alana, you can shut your ears. Just keep having that crush. You know what?
I'm not... Yelka can have her share of the advice. I'm not going to retaliate.
I give toxic advice on this one. I think
You can't just turn it off.
It's
like,
hard, no.
You can't just turn a crush off. I just think that you need to have more self-respect than the respect for the crush. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I've said this to you before with like Yelka's situation, for example. I have said to you before, like, it's very easy, especially with your first like woman experience, even if it's not sexual. Like, mine wasn't even sexual. I don't know if we kissed on the date.
I mean, you can literally, I think this girl even said like they didn't even meet. No.
And I think, I always say this to you, if they didn't have, I'm not saying this is even the same for this person, but like, obviously they never even met in person, so you didn't have this bond, you didn't have this like, oh my god, they were so funny, or oh my god, like, their view on life is amazing. You have a crush on their face, so that, fine, I get it, some people are really hot and you love it, but it's like I've said to you, like, if they didn't have that face, you wouldn't be feeling all these things. You wouldn't be like, oh my god, I'm so caught up in this person, I'm not going to find someone like this, like, I've not found a connection like this with anyone else. Connection with what? It just comes from like a shallow place. Like, it's not a connection. It comes from a shallow, vain place that you just find them hot.
I think like in her situation with like everything she said, like they haven't met in person, they've spoken I think a few times over messages. the other person, is moving abroad as well, and that was also kind of her reasoning for not meeting up. She didn't want to get involved into something serious. It's kind of similar to like what I've experienced. You know, she literally told you she's not in a place.
Yeah.
So then what you're holding on to with your crush is literally the life you have made up in your mind with them, and that's not real life. And I think you just have to come to terms with that, which is a struggle. Because we love being delusional. Cheers to that.
But I do think it comes from a sense of, this in no way is an attack to Yelka.
It is.
It's not. This also coming from like my personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
When I've been hooked on someone, and we've kind of spoken about this in a different circumstance, but I feel like it still kind of like fits in. When I've been hooked on someone that like in my head, like I know that I don't know them, and it's just like the way that I perceive them.
Yeah.
It's came from a place of like, I kind of wish I would be perceived that way.
Yeah,
you know?
that they would feel the same way about you.
Yeah,
as
and
you,
I think it comes from a place more of like because you don't know them, it's more of like you like how you view them, and you kind of want, I don't know how to explain it, but because it's like what you're feeling isn't real. You know, well, it is real, but like there's no realness behind it. Like what you're feeling. I don't know why you looked at me like that, you little bitch. Like what we've just said that you don't know them.
No, yeah.
Your feelings are real, but the actual like the depth of the feelings aren't based on anything real.
Because there's no depth of connection.
It's a character you've made up with a real life face.
You know what? Just view it as someone who's awakened your gayness in you.
It's the start of your journey.
And it's, the start of your journey, and it's just a confirmation that you like women.
Yeah.
Because, like, that was something she said as well. Because I don't think I mentioned this. Yeah.
No, you didn't. Yeah. And everyone needs something to start with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, the first person that's going to be, like, your gay awakening, or it's going to be someone that you're interested in, what's the chances of that being then, like, it for you? And, like, would you want that to be it for you? Like, I think that it's so important to explore that. Like, my type and my things that I've enjoyed with people have like changed so much since I started dating women.
Yeah.
Like, over the past, like, 5 years, my evolution has been wild.
To say the least.
Yeah, the lesbian evolution real goes, but...
No, it's true. Yeah. Just be gentle on yourself, and it's not gonna, like, go away in a day. No. But I feel like just keep putting yourself out there. I think that's the biggest thing. Don't block yourself off. Don't get stuck on this connection and think, or like this crush and think that this is it and you're never gonna meet someone else anymore. Like, keep putting yourself out there, and then eventually someone will show up that will put in the effort.
Yeah, give yourself grace, give yourself time. I don't know anyone that goes on like a couple dates and that's their soulmate. Like, it takes loads of dates.
Yeah.
Sadly,
I wish it was as easy as they show it in the movies, but
what's the chances? Like, what's the chance of that person in this massive group of people that you've gone on a date with to be your person? Like, you really just need to.
I mean, and it might also be the thing that you actually get to know this person. I actually don't like them if you get to know them better, because at this point where you are right now, you actually don't really know them. So. Do we give advice?
We didn't give advice. We basically said you love their face, you don't love their personality, so you will find a better connection.
We just gave our opinions, so I don't know if that's any helpful, but hopefully you get to take something away from this.
You're welcome. If it helps, it's happened to everyone.
Yeah.
Like it's not a rare experience. It's nothing special.
No.
It's just like everyone's went through it. Whenever I go through breakups, that always helps me as well, because I look around and I'm like, you've been through the same thing and you're fine.
Well, with that, we come to the end of our first season.
Our first year season.
High five.
We've had fun.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll be back in October. The first week of October will continue.
October is my favourite month as well, guys. Spooky season.
True. Ooh.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, we're going to come back in like a whole new season. Stay in touch with us over the next 2 months through socials, and we'll see you back in October. Bye.
Well, that's it for this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I'm not really that sorry. But come back next week.
If you enjoyed watching or listening, don't forget to rate our show, and please follow or subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.